In today's video, we will be discussing the 7 eyes of Hashem. This is part 2 of our gates dealing with the intricacies of the world of Yetzirah. Let us begin. So we are in Sha'ar Chet, or Gate 8, the 7 eyes of Hashem. Page 68. The 7 Sefirot of Yetzirah are collectively called Zerainpin. These 7 forms, as we have described up to this point, are the eyes by which reality is perceived. Collectively, they are called the 7 eyes of Chavaya. The Zohar says in the Yirah Rabbah, book 17, section Naso, in the eyes of Zerainpin, 209. From those colors emanate 7 eyes of supervision. They emerge from the black in the eye. This is what is written: upon one stone are 7 eyes. Zechariah chapter 3 verse 9. And what is the meaning of one stone? It is the blackness of the eye. Commentary. Those colors are 7 in number, which refer to the rainbow, which is seen in heaven, in example Zerainpin, and that each one of the Sefirot, Chesed to Malchus, represents a different color. Continuing, which is Yetzirah, in that each Sefirot is attributed a color. The black in the eye refers to the heart spark, Bina, called the black of the eye. An example, Kether, is the surrounding white in the secret of the endless. Chokmah, which is the Simsum and the color of the eye, and the heart spark in the center being the black of the eye. The 231 gates which emanate these 7. Thus, it states, upon one stone are 7 eyes. As it is known, the heart spark emanates the 7 kings, which are the roots of the matter. It further clarifies this with the closing statement: what is the meaning of one stone? It is the blackness of the eye. Chesed is blue, Gevurah is red, Tifres is yellow, Netzach is green, Hod is orange, and Yisod is black. Malchus is colorless. On page 70, we see a diagram representing this. The matter of the eye, an example the Ein Sof, and the Ein Sof or the endless, the Simsum, and the heart spark, will be discussed in a latter gate. So for this reason, we will not go into too much depth. But indeed, the white of the eye is in the secret of the surrounding endless. The color of the eye is in the secret of the restriction in which the light differentiated itself. And the black of the eye is the secret of the heart spark in the middle of the Simsum. This will be touched on later. Out of this heart spark are produced 7 kings, which are called the 7 kings of Edom, that died without weapons, as will be discussed later in a section called the Gate of the Kings. And this is what it means: they come from the blackness of the eye, and it is all hinted at here. We can see that the Sefirot are attributed and associated with various colors. Now, one interesting fact about Malchus being colorless is that in reality, essentially, we don't know what anything actually looks like, because what we are viewing are absorbed and refracted light, hinted at in this. On the right hand side of the diagram are the 7 eyes of Zerainpin. I will share with you guys where it is mentioned at in the Zohar, section Naso. This is going to be in book 17. In Naso on page 234, chapter 29, it says, "And from those colors that appear in the eye, which was hinted at in the Ein Sof and Ein Sof or the whiteness, the restriction, and the heart spark, emanate 7 eyes of supervision, an example, the 7 kings of Edom, which will be discussed later. They emerge from the black in the eye, an example, the heart spark. This is what is written, upon one stone are 7 facets, literally eyes. Because the word facets here is enaim, which means eyes. What is the meaning of one stone? It is the blackness of the eye, an example, the heart spark. It continues. From the red in the eye emerge 7 runners that support the left side and glow in the fire of the north. This is because the north is the sphere of Yirah, which is personified by the color red. Thus it is called from the red of the eye. This is the Likkutei Yirah, as will be discussed in the commentary. They are attached to the red color, an example Yirah, in order to expand in the world, to reveal the ways of the wicked. This is what is written, those 7, the eyes of Hashem, Chavaya, they rove to and fro through the whole earth. Again, it is also regarding the Satan, that he roves to and fro and throughout the whole earth. An example in Job, when it was asked of him, whence came you? Commentary. Red here refers to Gevurah and the desire body. Here we see it is written, the eyes, plural, always referring to 7 eyes. And this is because it was stated upon one stone were 7 eyes. Eyes, plural, always alludes to 7. And remember this principle as it will be touched on later. An example, open my eyes, the 7 forms. And in another place, his eyes were opened, meaning his 7 forms. This is associated also with the Satan, who is called the evil inclination. And it was stated in Job in regards to his function, Satan said, to and fro through the whole earth. This is the same as it is stated here. Those 7, the eyes of Chavaya, Hashem, they rove to and fro through the whole earth. This is because the evil inclination, an example Satan, are those 7 eyes. An example, those 7 forms, when they draw from the left side, or the evil inclination. Gevurah is the secret of the north, and it is known the angel Samael is located here, who is the angel of Esav, an example Gevurah. These eyes are the collection of negative experiences through which these 7 forms experience life in the lens of the negative. The collective sum of experiences, which is the serpent that Samael, an example, negativity, rides on. The good inclination is now described in the following verse. From the green emerge 7 lights that circle to the south side. They attach themselves to spread in the world and discover the ways and deeds of the people, either for good or for bad, as it is written, for his eyes are upon the ways of man. Commentary. From the green refers to the Sephiroth Netzach and the soul form. Afterwards it mentions these 7 lights circled to the south side. It is known south is the Sephiroth of Chesed. These refer to the spirit form and the soul form, which are nourished from the side of holiness, an example, the good inclination as opposed to the evil inclination. These 7 lights are the varying good experiences we have, an example, the lights amongst the darkness. Here the good inclination is personified as light, which is a giving force in that it provides light, as opposed to the 7 eyes which receive and conceal the light. With this, we can understand how the evil inclination conceals the light and the good inclination reveals the light. We can also see the proper use of the forms to give light. Thus, on page 76, we see an example of the 7 eyes. We can see what is hinted at by the 7 forms, the spirit form, the desire form, the holy form, the soul form, the emotion form, mental form, and physical form, as was discussed in the previous gates. We can see their root and the secret of the eye, the white of the eye, the color of the eye, the black of the eye. We also can see the 7 runners, an example, the 7 eyes of Hashem that rove throughout the whole earth. An example, these. We see the red, we see the green, which was hinting to the right column, and the south, an example, Chesed. In our next video, we will be going over Gate 9, the serpent born from filth. And this will deal with the secret of the serpent that emerges from these aspects. In the same section of the Zohar, the Eyes of Zayin, we see 209, in which we first discussed. 210 is from the red in the eye emerge 7 runners, and 211 from the green in the eye emerge 7 lights. We now have a deeper understanding in the Tikkunim of Naso, or the Idarabba. With that being said, in part 3, we will be discussing the secret of that serpent, its emergence, and its sustaining. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shalom and Selah. As always, a link to a free PDF copy of the text we are reading from, Likkutei Yirah, will be found at the very beginning of this video via the QR code. Its physical release is now on Amazon and bookbaby.com. Again, 100% of those proceeds are donated to Tzedakah. It is the 9th book in the Sefer Yirah series. If you guys would like to obtain some of the other books in the series, you may find them on bookbaby.com, etc. I will provide a link down below if you guys would like to obtain those copies. Shalom Selah, everyone.